not enough sleep, not enough water, too much salt earlier in the meal that I had because I had delivered vegan poutine and a like tofu tempeh wrap that was supposed to be like a club house wrap, delivered from Fresh on Crawford here in Toronto. I don't actually know if it's vegan now. I'm wondering about the garlic stuff. You know what? Close enough. I know the fries were definitely, it was a non-dairy thing. Oh great, Metro popped up to tell me the new coupons are available. The coupons go invalid the day before payday. So that's great because yesterday tofu was, air miled up and now it's not. And it's payday. So wow, hashtag first world problems. Does anybody use that anymore? So I was thinking I would call this series Fuck It, I'm 40. I mean, the thing is, I've logged on and off since my 20s, mid 20s, because I didn't have a camera until I didn't have the ability, the technological ability till later than a lot of people who start now, like whenever with whatever. And I know I look like a kind of shaggy dog. There was like these series of public school books when I was a kid for like elementary, I don't know, it was when you were starting to read. There was a series of books. The dog had shaggy hair. That's kind of like what I'm rocking, including with the gray and whites. I don't know, I forget the name of it, but I know I just read through that series like you wouldn't believe. I was a voracious book reader in my time. Back in my time, we used to sit in the hallways at school and teach the younger kids how to read with them. Those were good times. And then if you were a loner like me, you would be reading Lord of the Rings at age of 11, ruining your mother's thick paperback copy, sitting against a hallway in a public school. Where there was one incident during gym outside where playing basketball with fellow schoolmates who were intimidated by your sudden puberty, decided to, when they slipped and tripped into your breast, they decided to make you feel horrifically embarrassed about it. And well, glad that was so long ago that I've forgotten. You know, I had a shitty birthday. It was 40. So I had a crisis leading up to it, Things aren't perfect. I mean, clearly, I'm laying on the floor here and letting you guys see my horrible teeth, and I didn't brush my hair. But you know what? Damn, it smells good. I washed it yesterday. Like, it smells really good because it stayed up in a clip most of the time. Because we've had a heat wave. Because, global temperature changes. May and summer comes in early and it stays longer. It's still technically summer till the end of September, as people keep forgetting. But it shouldn't be this freaking hot. Like, it's not bad rate this moment where I am. But overnight, it was like, are you freaking kidding me? Freaking kidding me. I'm just saying my hair smells good because it stayed, up in a clip, and now it's not. I'm rambling. I'm not using the DSLR for this because I'm not even sure that I'll vlog and post it. But here's the thing. Since my early 20s, I've had the ability to vlog on and off, whether it's with a camera that is on my, like a webcam, that is a webcam, or if it's my phones, or if it's my iMac, which is going to get fixed soon. I gotta get it fixed. I have traded in my iPhone 5, iPhone 6, and I'm really close to getting rid of that iPad Air that was bought for me a few years ago. It's not even gonna be a percentage of what it was worth, but that's fine. It's like, it will get me ever that much closer to the goal, which is my iMac running, which can do so many things. But in the meantime, I'm all over the place because, as I was saying, I could make videos for a long time, off and on. And when I got that DSLR, which I still have, I was like, I'm really gonna do it. I'm gonna make videos. They don't have to be freaking high production. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm going to turn on the camera, talk to people about books, about what I'm doing with my life, or anything, whatever I want, because that's what I've always done. Before BookTube, I was making talking about books. Before things, I was talking about things. Before other things, I was sharing like before story times. That's what my videos were. I was sharing, whatever. I was part of some communities on and off YouTube. I found it as a good way to express myself or to share snippets of my life. Those videos suck, by the way, the clips I do, where it's like, here. And especially lately when, like, it's like my Instagram, balcony photo, balcony photo, balcony photo, because I'm not getting out. But point is, I've watched enough YouTube, not lately. Lately I've been racing on GTA, that's a whole other story. But I've watched enough YouTube videos to know that you can have really good production, you can go all out. It doesn't mean people will watch. And you can have not so good stuff, and people will watch. You can be really well put together, beautiful, pretty, young, blah, 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 and people will watch you for sure. But you can also be whatever you are, and people will watch. Or they won't. I mean, whatever, right? You don't know. I mean, sometimes people will watch you because they're genuinely interested and they care, or they're curious, or they connect to something, or they'll watch you because they hate watching you, which I don't know. I think there must be some level of caring still or something, but I don't know. I have dry lips. My point is, I know that I've had no excuse, but I've still used all the excuses. I'm too fat. I'm ugly. I'm too fat and ugly. I'm this. I'm that. I'm not blah. I'm blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, now I'm 40. And I'm doing this on a day where I look older than I have lately, because I was up early this morning, like at 3:30 this morning, because it was payday. Well, my partner's payday, and we're on separate bye-weeks. And so I wanted to get stuff sorted right away, because, I'm getting on top of things on that. And so I didn't get enough sleep, and I didn't drink enough water, and I'm just but here I am, deciding to turn on the camera. We're almost at the 10-minute mark. 40 sucked. The actual day, I had a severe panic, anxiety thing ongoing. I hadn't been out in a while. I went out, and I felt it, but I was thankful because I got a really great card from Emily. She was really awesome that day. And overall, I was, but I did not have a good birthday overall because of, I just, there's things, there are reasons. And then, after my birthday, a few days after, my paternal birth grandmother died. I never met this woman. She gave my father up for adoption. But in years, not back when I was living in St. Thomas, my father got his like birth certificate and blah blah blah. We found the family on Facebook and they reunited. And even though him and his birth mother did not connect. He's connected to the other family, including the oldest brother that is like their age gap is such that like she must have had my dad, and then she not long after had the next one. I met my father's birth brother, the oldest, and the uncanniness is uncanny. The similarities from some mannerisms to the nose. You know, I used to always say the nose knows about me and my father. We have the same nose, and it turns out it's a family trait on his side. A very, very, very definitive trait. I mean, I've seen now pictures of an aunt and other relatives, and now recently the photo of my paternal birth grandmother's how she looked in older age, and she has the nose and she has the mouth, like lips. If you ignore my mustache and my bad teeth, my bad teeth is from my mother's side, even if she denies it, it's true. The actual arrangement of my teeth, I mean. But don't worry about it. Forget about it. But yeah, I look like her. And had the adoption not happened, I would have been the oldest granddaughter. And perhaps I would have, I don't know. But I'm really grateful that I had Granny Pullen. I didn't have her for as long as, I do remember my granny, the woman who adopted my father at the age of 40 she was when she adopted my dad. She had said to me in some years, not long before she went, that she had been younger, so she could have been in my, help raise me, guide me, etc. So now I have you precariously perched against the MacBook Air. It's not the same as having an iMac with more stuff. I sound like I'm overprivileged. I swear I'm not, but I'm just telling you that I miss my iMac, and one day I will get that hard disk replaced. I'm selling all my iMac stuff, or my phone stuff, like my old stuff, which I barely got the iPhone 5 in time to hand in before it was completely worthless. You pay $1,000 for it, and then it's like they'll give you $35 in a few years, which just makes me think that I will definitely not buy a new iPhone until I can afford it. Well, you know, when you're on phone plans, it's easier. It's like, oh, it's only $0, and then you're paying for it for 2 years, but you don't really notice because phone bills are expensive anyway here in Canada, like cellular plans. But my point is, I really don't want to like worry about it, because I loved my iPhone 6, and when my iPhone 7 broke, First Aid Kit Band started a video. You should go watch that, but it's too late. This is the past now. But if you're not into First Aid Kit, it's called First Aid Kit, but because their Instagram handle is First Aid Kit Band. Sorry, what the hell am I doing? It's like a notification just popped up. And I'm not going to watch it because I'm going to make this video where I am even less flattering, and you can definitely see my double chin. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm 40. So, here's the thing. My iPhone 7 with the stupid dongle. Stupid dongle. Like, I want to be able to charge my phone. And if I am using stupid earpieces because I'm somewhere, like when I was in school, I want to be able to do that. Why do I have to? I can't. Thanks, iPhone.
Apple. Anyway, so when my iPhone 7 broke, which it did, there was a rare, just so you know, if you're one of those people, and but you're probably on like the iPhone 5000 or whatever by now, who knows. Anyway, if you got the iPhone 7 when it came out, or shortly, or whatever, you know, there were some rare instances where, because of the whole speaker thing and whatnot, after it updated, one of the software updates, like 13 point gazillion or something like that, it was going to not work anymore. And it's only a small number. Like, it's such a rare thing that even the Apple Store employees were like, we've never heard of it. No, wait, the Apple Store employees did when I think I mentioned it. Or they acted like they did. But the cellular device store that I bought the phone through and not heard of it. And they take in, you know, phones for repairs all the time, you know, replacements. Anyway, they hadn't heard of it. And I'm like, well, here's an article about it. It's a thing. Because I looked it up when I was like, wow, I can't talk on this. The voice, I can't hear sound. I can't make sound. It kind of makes the whole, like, I know we're not using the phones for phones now, but it does kind of make it kind of really dumb. Okay, so I've got this like iPhone 7 that's like a piece of crap, and I have to take it in, and I'm like, oh no. But then I was secretly delighted because I was like, no more dongle. I'm going back to my iPhone 6. It works great. I love it. It's gold, and it has the cover. Like, I got one of the covers for it, you know, that for the screen, so that when you drop it, it doesn't crack, and it's really great. It's a cracked covering, but that's because it's doing its job, and it's great. And I missed it, and I liked my iPhone 6, and I just upgraded because of peer pressure. Well, peer pressure over the internet and stupidity. I don't know. It was stupid. I should never have left it. But anyway, I then thought, I was so mad about the iPhone 7 being broken, and yes, I did take it in, was that I thought, you know what? I loved my iPhone 5. My iPhone 5 was perfect. It was my first one, because I was late getting into the game due to finances. But it was my first iPhone, and it was, I think so, and it was special to me. You know, it was tough to go from BlackBerry to iPhone, but when BlackBerry would no longer have apps supported and social media was really exploding, I was like, well, crap, I can't use you, BlackBerry, even though you're the best phone, and you got your quirky keyboard, and it's perfect. Or was it called quirky? I don't know what it is now. But whatever it was, BlackBerries are awesome, especially if you got to handle emails, and it was great, and the photos were fantastic, and I liked it. I liked my BlackBerry, but I had to move on, and I've always liked Apple stuff anyway. But I'm a PC girl. I'm both. Why not both? So this is my story. Okay, so since I was so mad, I took out my iPhone 5, and I'm like, I'm gonna use this, and I'm like, this is the perfect size. It fits in my hand. Like, that was the thing that used to happen. We used to have cell phones that fit in our hand. We didn't like carry a fucking tablet, excuse my language, carry a tablet around. You know, we carried phones. Back in my day, we didn't actually carry a phone around with us everywhere we went, but whatever. So, because remember, I'm old, I'm 40. So I go back to my iPhone 5, but most of the apps aren't gonna work. Like the apps that I use if I go outside, like Map My Walk, Carrot Rewards, the poetry. There's a poem app that worked, where you could learn and recite poetry, and it was beautiful. And I think it was Penguin, but they haven't updated. You update your phone or get an updated phone, and it doesn't work, and I'm sad because it's like I paid for it, and there's all these delightful poems, and I don't get to learn them that way because it doesn't work. But I was like, wow, I can use them on my iPhone 5, but I can't because, like I said, it didn't work. It wasn't going to be functioning enough. I don't know. It's a great phone. Like, and I'm sad. I miss that size. So the iPhone 5 went in the box, and I used the iPhone 6, and then the moment of truth came. Like, they're like, ring ring, your phone is like ready. Come pick it up. So, you know, because and I remember like not arguing, but like having a discussion with the guy who worked at the store, and he's telling me that my phone doesn't have the problem it does because, you know, because he deals with them all the time. And I'm like, well, it does have this problem. Oh no, what did I say? He said, I work with these every day. And I said, so do I. He didn't say anything to that because, dude, I'm using my products or my devices every day. And when I was really into certain aspects of some work I was doing, which I got to do, there's like a weird transition. I'm suddenly in a corner in the dining room. It's because while I was laying on the floor topless doing this thing, like just like talking to myself, I get a call from the person who's like he works in, and he's like an actor, but a Canadian actor, so it's no big deal. Okay. But I'm just like doing a little bit of stuff for him, and like really little, because I'm just me, right? I only have experience as an avid like follower of what's been going on, and as a consumer. Anyway, whatever it is. I just want to be helpful, and we're friends. So he called, and because for some reason he got a Facebook page that he shouldn't have had. And then, yeah, I decided, I should stop laying on the floor all the time and actually, like, pay attention to that aspect of my life, which is try to return to doing the things I like. Not that I don't like racing in GTA, but clearly that is a crisis time in my life. I'm not going to give up racing in GTA because I happen to like my Hot Ring Saber, and I've got everything chrome, which is really, I think psychologically, what does that mean? I mean, I like the color, I like other colors more, but the chrome changes, and I'm allergic to chromium. Like, hexavalent chromium ended my factory career life, and like set me down a spiral, or upward spiral. I mean, I've done a lot more interesting things, but it kind of like ruined my hands for a long time, and also affected me psychologically to where, I mean, I got sick, and that was the factory years, which is another story. But the thing is, I wonder why. I've got a garage, an imaginary garage full of all painted chrome vehicles. Let's think about that. It's like I'm like in real life. Fuck you, chrome. I do what I want. Drive you around in my fake vehicle. So yeah, that's a crisis I picked up at the end of June, that whole racing thing. But I met some people on there. It's very bizarre to do that. So there haven't been any blogs. My journaling vlogs, no. And then I like deleted all my, well, I didn't delete, I privated all my vlogs on my YouTube channel. No reason, nobody gives a crap, like nobody cares. And then I get this message from somebody who cared, and they were like, what happened to your videos? I was going to watch like your paper journal video, because people like the paper journaling videos. There's a great journaling video, journaling community on YouTube. And I'm like, oh crap, somebody does care. Well, that was all it took. Can I like unprivated selected videos, and was like, you know what, they do matter. I want to do the maybe I should try trying series, but I realized that I'm not trying in, I don't know, maybe I am trying, I'm not. Like, I did my hair and clothing, and it's summer, and you know what, a guy could sit here, so F that, I'm not showing anything. Am I gonna get flagged or something? Like, cause really, F it, I'm 40. Look at my hair standing on end. I'm furry like a bear. So yeah, now you can see the hair damage, as far as, like, the coloring was done a while back. Not by me. It was professional. Yeah, I know. It was good. It's just I wanted the natural at top. So as you can see, old. But I've had that since my 20s. So it's not like, oh, I turned 40 and this happens. No, if you don't dye your hair and you have a genetic whatever, or whatever the heck, your hair is going to do that. So the bangs are going to blend in with all the layers that are now here, and then it's going to grow out, and I'm going to stop freaking out, and I'll have my mane back. Basically, I just want a mane of hair to, like, cover me and hide me, and then I'll be happy. Until then, I guess I won't leave the apartment. I'll just stay inside for, what, a year and a half, and my hair should be down my back again. I don't know. What do you think? It should grow by then. Okay, so back to this whole iPhone story. My iPhone 7. I'm using my iPhone 6 while it's being repaired, and I love it. It's great. It's good. Nothing wrong. And I'm like, I should never have upgraded yet. And then I get my iPhone 7 back and I use it. And then I'm like, yeah, I do have to sell the 5 and 6. Traffic. I'm near major traffic. So I did that. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do that, because if I ever want my iMac fixed, I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices. And besides, what am I doing with the products anyway? I'm just having them in my let's put this to sleep. I'm having them in my in the linen closet. What for? Like, am I gonna have somebody over and go, look at my delightful collection of boxes of Apple products that are opened, and that, look at me, I have such status. No, nobody cares. I mean, there are people that have collected them or keep them in sealed things, or, you know, sentimental fanboys or whatever, fangirls as well, fan everyone, that may keep every single box since the beginning of time. And I get it, and maybe I would have too. I remember when I was with somebody who got the first iPhone when it came out, and I could say they were pretty in love with it, and I could probably picture that person having kept every box, every single phone that they get, every generation. But me, I'm late, and you know what, if I was to have kept any box, I should have kept the BlackBerry box, the first one I really loved. You know, I kept that Bell Solo tin for a long time. That was a special flip phone. You know, iPhone should come out with a flip phone that doesn't have a dongle and has a quirky keyboard. I'm there for it. I'm totally there. Make it palm size for some of us, like, oh my gosh, Olivia just said, and now I don't have anything to fall back on. I just fall through space, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like, I'm like, holy crap, that's how I've been feeling for, like, a while now. That's my life. I have nothing to fall back on. I haven't had anything to fall back on for a long time. And this is where, fuck it, I'm 40 comes in. I mean, now, you know, at this point, if I went on about my birthday, I don't know where I was with that story, but let's just say after the birthday, dead grandma, after that, like, I didn't know her. But then I'm pretty sure I had a visit. Yeah, if you believe in that stuff. And that visit was like a heads up. And then my personal life, like, blew apart into smithereens again. And I was... And if you're 40 and you're not feeling so great about yourself, and you don't have a lot going for you, and you're feeling kind of shit, and then something shitty happens, and you're like, wow, some more shit to go on top of the shit, it's a pretty crappy time. But I do have more going for me than I think, and I have to remember that. So sorry for the flattering view of everything, of, you know, age and What's wrong with age? Fuck it, I made it this far. Why do I have to feel bad about that? I mean, if people even knew half of what I've been through, for one thing, that would have been one hell of a birthday party that I made it to 40. And secondly, I don't know. I don't have a secondly. Why do people do that? Firstly, secondly, thirdly. Nobody keeps track when they say stuff like that, unless they have notes. And to do good videos, I should, like, have notes and, like, prepare a freaking speech, I guess. At least YouTube is saying that, and I don't do that. So, I'm just gonna do me, because nobody cares anyway. And then there's, like, some people who care. And really, me and the some people who care are all that matter. And I have to remember that, because, well, everybody matters in my mind when I'm thinking compassionately, but I mean about what I'm doing, or how my life is going, or what I'm sharing, or whatever, or what I'm not sharing. It's all what I decide to do. It's all on me anyway. So why don't I just, what am I waiting for? This is to tie back to the very beginning of the video. What am I waiting for? Like, now I'm 40. I'm not 20 something. I'm not 20 freaking 4. Nothing wrong with you 24-year-olds, you guys. Don't, I know it's difficult for you. I know it's hard, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, and I was thinking about, okay, so if I'm supposed to, like, think all niche-wise and brand myself, or, like, why even? Like, at this point, I'm just, like, I'm not even, no. Like, that's why I'm doing behind-the-scenes stuff, or attempting to eventually get better and pay attention and do more behind-the-scenes stuff. But I don't even know where to begin. I'm 40, and I am married, but it's not like a relationship that many people will relate to, or will want to, or will want to relate to. And I can't really speak about it too much, not because my husband has anything to say about it, but because there are certain things I can't talk about yet. Maybe not until he's dead. And no, I had nothing to do with that. If this video is, like, later, I swear. That makes me look really guilty. Secondly, I never had children. I have no uterus. I am not having children ever. I'm not going to adopt unless I'm just not going to adopt. It's not going to happen. I have adopted 4 cats. I'm a crazy cat lady who's married, who doesn't have children, and who rents in Toronto, in a big city, in a big vibrant city, because I got back here. I got back to Toronto, which I should never have left. I love it here. I'm not born in Toronto, Canada, but I love it here, and I do actually appreciate that I live near, like, I can see the lake from here. I can also see lots of traffic, and I can see the city skyline, and I can hear busy, but I like it. I'd rather be here paying $1,000 more in rent than living somewhere where it feels like nothing is possible. And maybe not a lot has been happening this past year, has been total crap. No, not all of it, but a lot of it. Like, the things I've talked about in this video sound completely crap and are not hashtag relatable, and yet my actual problems that I may not share on here, whether it be financial or relationship or family or health or history of my personal life, or how it is to be 40, not have an education, not have career possibilities, or feel that there's possibilities right now, but to live where I want, pretty much, and to have the time to be able to pursue some of the things that I feel passionate about, but not have the self-confidence or self-esteem, or the maybe not the skills or the mentors, or the go team people in my life for it. I don't know, like, there's a lot I could talk about that might make me seem more relatable. Not seem, because that's what it seems like most people want to seem like anymore. There's a lot of things that people probably could relate to, like from my bad teeth to my not wanting to brush my hair, to having arm hair, to being, I mean, everybody has anxiety. It's like when I said years ago, everybody's a photographer. And then it became so true. Like, we all got our phones and everything. And those of us who used to take pictures with our whatever film we could, and gosh, I still have rolls of film, like, undeveloped. Those of us who've always, like, loved looking at the world a certain way, or have expressed ourselves in creative ways, are now in a world where everyone can do that, and so much easier than we could, and that's great. But it's also like, okay, like, all right, here's another picture of my balcony. Like, I mean, I know that I always get in my own way, but I've also learned in recent years that the obstacles or things, the challenges that come our way, whether through other people or through our decision making, it's an inevitable part of our cycles in life. Sometimes not always inevitable. I mean, honestly, there are patterns, girl, and if you're seeing them and you keep going along with them, they're not going to change. And I know that. And I think I've made a lot of changes in recent years, and I've also made a lot of different choices, and I've learned a lot from, like, past stuff. So that's all good and great, but when you're still, like, when you still have people in your life or connected to you that haven't, it's frustrating. But that's not, what am I really getting at? Excuses? Like, I don't know. How many times do I make a video about, oh, I'm not making videos because I'm ugly and fat, and because I feel self-conscious, and because I don't know, and everybody else, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, aren't we all tired of it? I think we are. I mean, I'll put this video up, and I don't even know if anyone vlogs anymore that will want to watch it. Because, and I have the DSLR. I mean, am I supposed to set it up, make sure that I'm, like, sitting proportionately in front of, and have the faded background? I mean, I think I want to do that. And then I think, well, I don't know, like, why? What do I have to say? What do I have to say? And I think that's what I've been asking myself for a while. What do I have to say? I've been wanting to be a writer. Oh, another YouTuber wants to be a writer. Well, I'm not even a YouTuber, so got you there. Because I think you have to, like, make money off YouTube to be a YouTuber, don't you? No, I mean, I always wanted to write since I was young. But I don't write. I mean, I can't be the only one like this. And I'm not gonna blame my freaking parents anymore, because I'm freaking 40, and when you're 40 years old, guess what? It's all your own fault now. I don't care what anybody says. Like, yes, things happened, but you're freaking 40. Like, that's what I'm saying to myself. So I've been responsible for myself since I was 16, 17 years old. So, I mean, certain things didn't happen, certain opportunities didn't come my way, including braces, and that's just how it is. But maybe that's part of why what I eventually will say or share or write or do with whatever time is left. I mean, because gosh, if anything, I'm here feeling the time just ticking. It's not my uterus because I don't have it anymore. Could be my ovaries. Do ovaries have a tick-tock clock? I don't think so. I just feel like, I don't know if it's because of the people who have died, and I'm not just talking celebrity deaths, which, holy shit, for a while there, right? And they're gonna continue. But, I mean, like, people that I've known in my life that have passed away, and I don't mean, like, paternal grandmothers that I never knew. You know, that's not, I'm talking about people I cared about that were in my life, that were present beings in my life at some point, and they're gone, and that's just it. And their life was their life, and some of them, they were firecrackers, and other ones were I am gonna cry. I'm sorry. And this isn't, oh my gosh, I could be a real YouTuber. No, because I could, like, cry on camera. It's not one of the key things that you gotta be able to do. I have chin hairs. How many YouTubers have chin hairs? I think I have to deal with grief. I have to deal with grief and loss. And, I'm all over the place, but I've got a point, and I don't know what it is, but when I turned 40, that also meant 40 years of my twin being dead. And that's mainly what my parents probably thought about, was 20 years of the one who probably would have done everything right, or loved them better, or been, I don't know, whatever, being dead. You know, because she represents everything that could have been, I suppose. She didn't die right away. It was months later into our year. But the thing is that she has been gone, my twin. I am a twinless twin, as they say. And, so every passing year isn't just, oh, I'm getting older, I'm getting closer to the grave. It's more like, wow, another year has passed, and am I, like, making it worth it? Is it, like, have I, like, failed both of us, me and my twin? Or am I just going to be a late bloomer? Because that does happen. Like, for those who are young and successful, fantastic. For those who are still struggling to figure out what they're going to do, or trying to remake themselves, or are having to go through many different rebirths or whatever, I mean, I'm there with you on that. I mean, I know I had a time period where I could have really been more effective at really changing my own life, like impacting my life in certain ways. And I made choices instead to, I'm not saying this like, oh, I'm so selfless, but I helped other people, or I just looked at the smaller picture for myself, like immediate things, immediate gratification, or helping other people, and or both. And I didn't think about the times where I would be 40 and going, you know, maybe I should definitely be on my own. And I would be okay. The universe is telling me I would be okay. And I didn't think of what would happen when I couldn't just do that. I couldn't make that an option. And I didn't think about what impact the long-term effects of illness would do to me, and how my chances at various things would be affected. And I didn't think about how amazing it is that I would get to this age, turn on a phone device, and talk in a living room where out that window, as my fat finger points, is a view of the city skyline and the CN Tower. I mean, how amazing is that? I mean, for me. Sometimes I think it's good to like freak out about your life and like question everything and go over all your choices and go over all your possibilities and what happened and everything, and that's fine. And you can do that a lot if you're like me. I mean, do it all the time if you want. But also there's sometimes where you gotta go, you know? I mean, yeah, that happened, oh, and that happened, but it is what it is. It seems to be I'm saying that a lot more now. It is what it is. And I'm also kind of turning it, like I'm at this pivotal point where I could become, where I see so clearly reflected from examples that have been in my life, where I could either become someone who's bitter, cold, distant, closed off, scared, disappointed, but I also see where I can still be different than that, and now I thought the only solution would be that I have to be alone to get back to me, to what is good in me, that I feel is not necessarily good. I mean, I think it's all labels, but I mean, the part of me that has that wonder, and that part of me that believes and that is amazed and somehow does think bigger than the small, painful places I have come from. And I should have brushed my teeth before making this video. Not that it matters. And so I think I'm just, if life begins at 40, for those of us who hit 40 and want to believe that we have that, if life does begin at 40, I hope so. And I hope that there's still time, that I figure out how to pull together what I feel somehow I'm meant to. And I hope it's not grandiose of me to think that I'm supposed to be a writer, or that I'm supposed to have compiled something of my life and that it's supposed to matter somehow for something. When really, I mean, we all matter and we all don't matter and we all go to dust and we're stardust and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But I mean, I didn't get raised to feel special. I didn't get raised in such a way that I thought I was a unique snowflake. I didn't get a silver spoon or a gold spoon, or hell, sometimes I didn't even have a plastic spoon. So I don't think that I don't go by the thing that all millennials are spoiled or anything. I'm not a millennial. But even if I was, I think that it's even harder for them in some ways because, and exciting. I mean, they're like, F it, we have no opportunities, but we have all the opportunities, you know? I mean, it's exciting to see people traveling, to see people going, well, we don't have those guaranteed jobs, so let's just do whatever we want. Let's try this, let's try that. Oh, you guys want to make rent so expensive that none of us can live on our own ever? Well then, we'll go travel the world, or we'll live several people together and have an amazing life. I mean, I don't know, like, it's just really interesting to see how things are happening. But this is just this privileged part, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of in between. I felt on the outside a lot, probably because of how things have always been And then because of how my life path went with like the job and the illness and the subsequent stuff and various decisions made to not save myself, right now I'm at this point where I realize I can't just do that, and that's fine. I don't have to not save myself. I just need to like try. I guess maybe I should do this series. Maybe I should try trying. Yeah, that's real flattering look for me, the double chin look. This is why people do cameras like this. Do you see that? Do you see the difference? I mean, yes, you can still tell I'm fat, but I mean, I have to love myself as I am. And I guess this is what I thought. I thought, when I get older, there's just gonna be that time where I'm just gonna, where that switch is gonna flick. Or you flick the switch. And I'm gonna be like, radical acceptance is here. I love myself. I'm fine the way I am. I'll improve or I'll like change or whatever, but I'm great and I can do anything. And I thought that might happen, and it didn't. I think it takes a lot of work to get to that point. And for some of us, it takes so much longer than we might have ever thought it would take. And I feel like I have started and restarted the process of being in that headspace of accepting myself, helping myself, loving myself. Maybe it's something some of us have to do for our entire lives. And that is going to have to be okay, because not everybody can be whoever these other people are. I mean, I don't know why I'm so hard on myself, and I'm tired of it. So I'm gonna stand back out here, risk spiders for you guys, because and I'm wearing a shirt. Oh, look at, you can see, you can, like, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. So the view is worth it. The view is worth it. I wish we had spent a bit more time out here this summer, but honestly, it was a tough summer and some adjustments, and there was the whole spiders thing. They can be tough, and we did not properly do what we should have. The summer just is whizzing by. I know it's fall for people who go back to school. They think of it, it's immediately fall, but the weather is like, nuh-uh, summer isn't over yet. And that's kind of what I'm going through. It was so humid earlier, I was like, no. But in between the last time I was making this video, which was over in the corner of there, like by the window in the by my records, and over there is like where my computer is right now. Earlier I thought, I was like talking about stuff, and I handled an issue for the person who I like to say helping do the social media, but I haven't done very much. But the fact is that they were doing so little themselves, because they're actually focusing on their work and survival and stuff, and it's just it's a newer part for people who've been in the industry a long time. It's just like a part that they really don't, some of them just are like, what? Like, why do I have to do this? What is this about? Why? I don't have time for this. You know, they're busy living their lives and whatnot. And That's why the ones who make lots and lots and lots of money can afford people to do that for them. You can bet that either someone is really on their game with their social media that's in the industry, and they've just naturally hustled to make it really a part of their daily life, because really it's not that hard to snap a picture or upload or whatever. I mean, they've got to follow their agreements with whatever project they're working on. I mean, they can't share everything and they can't show you everything, and there's a certain level of privacy and everything that goes into all this, and thoughts and stuff that can't be revealed, and that. But it all depends. I'm seeing a variation depending on who they are in the industry, what projects they're working on. I mean, I think the industry's catching up to how much of an impact someone's social media can have on their ability to make money. I mean, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a really good example of that, because I think his really heavy social media interaction and presence has really helped him out. Not that his career didn't do anything, but I'm just saying it helps to have a fan base. Now, to build that fan base is really tough, especially if you're in certain markets or if you're past a certain age. I don't know. There's so many variables, but it's not impossible, but it does take money, and clearly me or the person that's having me do some of their stuff, there's no money. So anyway, long story short, he had an issue. For some reason, a Facebook page appeared that isn't his, or that he doesn't remember making. And I don't know. I think what happened is Facebook disconnected from his Instagram when he got a new device. There's something to do with the apps reinstalling. I'm guessing. This is my guess, just based on me not knowing a damn thing. But I was able to fix the issue and reattach everything, and that's all that matters. And delete the other page without deleting his life, and nearly bought him ad promotions, but thank goodness he has no credit cards attached, so it's all good. I did not get myself fired from this non-paying job, but it feels good to have fixed the issue. Look at that sky. It doesn't look that amazing, but it looks better when it's like that. Look at the water. Look at the water. It doesn't look that dark, but the damage being done in so many ways on a global scale right now, and I don't know. I'm rambling too long. I knew I would talk too long.